Alright, cool. So we're back. I just didn't want you guys to sit there through the whole track while it was recording, especially because you might have noticed that in playback it sounded kind of weird. It's just because we were only hearing the return tracks because nothing was being sent to the master out. It was all being sent to these tracks here. So now that we've recorded the whole entire song, I was able to save this as a different session. So now it's till we see this on APC 40 mix, and then I can delete the whole entire session except for these 4 tracks that we want to keep. And so now what we want to do is look at the session as, or the song as, how it's structured. We want to look at where the intro is, where the hooks are at, where the verses are at, and we want to insert splits along this line here. So let's start from the beginning. 'Cause every time we move, our love is in the spotlight. I think this is where the song drops. So up until that point, consider that the intro. So we'll split right there. This will be our first section of the track. Next up, we got the hook. So we're going to put a split into there that isolates that that hook. The next part is sort of like a verse section, or like just a breakdown section. Not a breakdown, but there's not a lot of vocals. And then there's the hook coming back. That's where the hook comes in again. Our love is in the spotlight, nothing left to do. Rock away the moonlight, long as I'm with you. I'll never have to dance alone again. Just take my hand and let the beat control you. Let your mind escape. Feel the rhythm move you till the light of day. And we can feel the sun, we can feel the sun. Feel the sun coming up, coming up. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun. We can. So I was wrong. That's not the hook. It's like the pre-hook. Here's the hook. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun coming up, coming up. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun coming up, coming up. We can feel the sun. So you see what I'm doing, right? I'm going along, splitting every section off so that it's its own, area. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Same deal. This is same exact formation here. So boom, boom, boom. I gotta zoom in right here. Every time we move, our love is in the spotlight, nothing left to do. Rock away the moonlight, long as I'm with you. Let the beat control you. Let your mind feel the rhythm move. And we can feel the sun. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun coming up, coming up. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun. We can feel the sun coming up, coming up. And we can feel the sun. Cool, that's a long outro. Alright, sorry that it took so long, but basically I had to go through and split up all of the sections of the song. So now, this is the tricky part. I want you to select this whole entire thing. All of this. Grab it all. I want you to press copy. Switch over to your session view. And in this top corner, I want you to press Command V, which will paste everything that you just chopped up
in the correct order. So now you have.
'Cause every time we move, our love is in the sky. We can feel the sun, we can feel the sun. Our love is in the sky. We can feel the sun.
See what happened?
Our love is in the sky. We can feel the sun.
And not only that, you have control. Okay, so now you see what I'm saying, right? You have the whole song chopped up into sections. You could rename this now intro. You could rename that hook, on and on, down the way you need to, like, label your track. So you got your verse. Sorry, my bad.
We can feel the sun.
So what that does is gives you the freedom to chop up your song, categorize it, into different elements that you need, and have almost, really low processing power because there's no actual audio effects on any of these tracks. It's all been recorded with those audio effects that you had in the studio earlier already on them. And so now you have your whole song chopped up. Say the bass player's there that night, you just turn bass off and you're good, right? Or say, you just the vocals are too loud, you can turn them down. Or say you don't want, or you just want drums only, on and on. You have control now to make whatever you want out of that track on stage. And if you want to keep looping that section, you can. Alright, that's the basics of how this whole thing works. The next step is actually creating follow actions so that Ableton will know what's coming up next in line. It'll actually run this whole track, but you could override it if you need to, if you want to extend a section or whatever. But as it is right now, you'll need to manually launch each one of these scenes. If you want to figure out how to do the follow action, stay tuned for my next episode. I'll do that next. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.